Welcome back to the Crochet Shadow. So it's my friends over at yarnspirations.com. I'm your host Mikey. Today we're going to do the drop pulse stitch wrap. This is the design by me. It's a rectangular wrap that you see here, and it's having some fun coloring that is a result of the yarn and also Caron 1-pound yarn. For today's pattern you'll need a 6mm size J crochet hook and 2 balls of Bernat Pop and 1 ball of Caron 1-pound. But of course you can always substitute the Bernat Pop with Caron cakes if you wish. Let's talk a little bit further about today's pattern. So here's the actual sample itself, and what we're going to be doing is starting off with single crochets in order to form the first shells that you see. Once we get beyond the first set of shells, the next set of shells, it drops down into the middle of this next shell. So you're thinking, what is the repeat pattern in order to do this? Well, the repeat multiple is in sets of 8, and then you keep going 8, 8, 8 all the way until you want to the size that you want to do, because you can do this as a blanket as well. So you can do multiples of 8, and then at the end of your chain just add 2. So it's multiples of 8 plus 2. So there is actually a repeat pattern going on from row number 5 all the way through 12. So I have to take you through the beginning section of here, and then I'll take you through 12, and then once you get that done, then you just continue just to make it as big or as little as you need. What I decided to do for myself is that we have Bernat Pop and Caron cakes here off camera, so you could just use this yarn. So this is Bernat Pop that you see. This is called Violet Vision, and it changes on its own, so you can see that it's just changing, so you don't need to really worry about that too much. And the other one here is Midnight Blue. That's Caron 1-pound, and that's consistent throughout the whole thing. So whether you have Caron cakes or Bernat Pop, I think this one is a good one to go. Let's go back. I have a diagram for you that Diva Dan made for me, and let's talk a little bit about that next. On page number 3 is the crochet diagram for this particular pattern. You're going to notice first of all is that you will see these shells, and you'll see the next time you do the shells they're in between. So they're kind of like puzzling into each other. Because this has a wave look, is that you need to have those. If they're sitting on top of each other, you'll have an imperfection going on. So you're going to notice is that we're going to start off and we're going to do 2 rows of single crochet just going back and forth, and when we get over here what's going to happen is that we're not going to cut this color. We're going to carry it lightly and then bring it back into play in row number 5. So what happens with these particular ones in between, I had Daniel color them so that you got 2 of the same color, 2 of the next, and then 2 of the same color. So essentially what you're doing is you're going back and forth with using one color, then dropping it, and then back and forth with the next color, and then bringing the other one back into play. There's also multiple stitches of multiples of 8 plus 2. So if you just keep going 8, 8, 8, add 2 at the very end, you'll have this back and balance as well. So this pattern, what's going to happen is that we're going to start off with our shells, and these ones on the edge are exactly half of one of these. So we're going to have a half, and then we're then going to start the pattern, and then the next time we come back up here we'll start at the end, and then we have a full one here, and etc. You will notice that these are the extended single crochets. They extend down into the middle one section of this one over here, and then what's going to happen is that that's going to pull it up, and so those are the drop stitches you see. You do not see those on the edge when you're dropping down from that one. So these single crochets here at the edge do not have that. So without further ado, let's go and do this pattern. So let's begin today's pattern. We're going to start off with a slip knot, and you're using a 6mm size J crochet hook, and use the Caron 1-pound or solid color. This is going to be the one that has the single crochets and the chain work involved. So we're going to just chain in multiples of 8, or you can chain 250 that matches the actual wrap if you'd like to copy that pattern. So if you just go in multiples of 8, then you'll get the pattern to work out. So I'm just gonna do 3 multiples of 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So what you can just do is lay it on a bedspread if you'd like to do a bedspread, anything like that, and then you can see how wide it's gonna be. Once you're satisfied with it, just add 2, and again if you're just doing my multiples for the pattern itself, just do 250. So let's begin row number 1. Starting second chain from the hook, we're gonna single crochet back across this chain. So there is number 1. So get here and just turn it around and get the back loop only of the chain. So it's the second one, and get the back loop and single crochet, and I want you to single crochet in the back loop going all the way back to the very beginning of this chain. So please do that. This is row number 1. So I'm just coming near to the end of the chain, just going right into the last one. This is row number 1. So in order to keep the pattern looking and balanced, you can just turn your work now, and you're going to chain up 1 for row number 2, and then just one single crochet in each one of the stitches going all the way back across. So please do that and meet me at the very last stitch. We just have to change our yarn color over, but do not trim your yarn. So just single crochet one into each across. So I'm coming all the way across number 2 and I'm gonna come into the last one. So I'm coming into the last one and I'm just pulling through, but I'm not finishing that single crochet. What I want to do is create an extra long chain of a new color. Okay, this will be your Bernat Pop or your Caron Cakes or a solid color, it's up to you. And you can just put that onto your hook and then pull that through to finish. So what I want you to do is let the gray drop now out of the way, and we are going to then start with this color and turn our work and begin. But let's go back to the diagram. Make sure that you keep that gray out of your way, and then you can just use this solid color of the new color going across. But let's go back to the diagram first. So now we've done our 2 single crochets. So what's gonna happen is we've already changed our color to get ready for row number 3. We are going to chain 4, which counts as 1 double crochet and a chain 1 space and double crochet in the same one. We're going to chain 1 and skip over to the 4th. So skip 3 altogether. So 1, 2, 3, single crochet in the 4th, chain 1, skip another 3, go to the 4th and double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, skip over 3, go to the 4th. So you'll see that these are repetitive all the way, and at the very end you're only doing a half of one of those, so you'll be doing a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet right in the very final. So let's try number 3. So let's begin row number 3. You're going to chain 4. So 1, 2, 3, that's your double crochet, and the 4th is your chain 1 space. In the same one that you're coming out of, I want you to double crochet. So we're only doing a half a shell here and then chain 1. So I want you to skip 3. So 1, 2, 3, go to the 4th, single crochet, and now we're about to do a full shell. So chain 1 to begin, skip over to the 4th. So 1, 2, 3, go to the 4th, and you're going to double crochet, chain 1, double crochet again, chain 1, and double crochet again, and finish it with the chain 1 before you finish. Skip over 3. So 1, 2, 3, go to the 4th, single crochet. So you're just gonna do that all the way across. So let's try it again. So chain 1 to start, skip over 3 and double crochet into the 4th. Okay, chain 1, double crochet into the next, chain 1, double crochet again, and chain 1. So you're gonna do that all the way across, skip over to the 4th one. So 1, 2, 3, go to the 4th and single crochet. Once you get to the other side of your work, you're gonna end up with 4 stitches left. So you're gonna just do a half. So chain up 1 and go to the last stitch. So it's the 4th one and it's a double crochet, chain 1 and double crochet, and that's a half shell. So you see that you started with a half over here and then you finish with the half. You're gonna turn your work because you need to get back to where this gray is, and that's on the other side. So we're gonna do another row of this color. Let's go back to the diagram. So in row number 4 that we're about to go back on, we're gonna chain up 1 and we're gonna put 1 single crochet in each double crochet and 1 single crochet in each one of the spaces, and also 1 single crochet in each of the single crochets. So essentially every stitch here is going to get a single crochet, and it's gonna thicken up the line and make it really awesome. And then at the end we're gonna drop this color at the last stitch and then get this color, just carry it up and then start that color once again. Let's begin row number 4. So row number 4, chain up 1 and you're going to do 1 single crochet in the top of the double, and then 1 single crochet in the chain 1 space, 1 in the double, and then 1 in the space. When you hit single crochets, you're gonna fill those ones in as well. So let me just finish the space. So this is a single, so you'll do 1 in the single and then just carry on across. So just filling in each one of the spaces and the crochet stitches with a single crochet, and that will thicken up this whole section in order to do that. So please do that all the way across, maybe at the end of row number 4. Now because you've gone down and now you're just coming back, you want to make sure the very last stitch that you're going to do, so make sure you go into the chain 1 space and then into the turning chain when you get there. Do not finish that single crochet, just drop this yarn and now bring the gray back into play and finish that stitch. So just with being taught, just carry it up on the side and then turn your work and then move that orange out of the way and get ready for your gray. So let's go back to the diagram for row number 5. So let's begin looking at number 5. So because we are over a half of one of these shells, the starting is slightly different from when we do this type of row again in row number 9. So you're going to notice that it's just a portion. So you're just gonna chain up 1, single crochet in the first, and then jump over to the middle single crochet. So chain 3, jump over to the middle single crochet that you'll see it visually, and then chain 7, and then come into the next middle one that you'll see, and etc. So you can really kind of eye it out. You can also count your stitches if you wish as well. That's completely up to you. So the next time that we do this kind of row, we're gonna be starting right up over top of a full shell. So instead of just doing a portion, you're just gonna do a full, and that's what makes this kind of like repeating around rows number 5 through 12. Let's begin row number 5. So let's begin row number 5. You're gonna chain up 1 and single crochet in the same one that you finished that last stitch in, and then you're going to only chain 3. So 1, 2, 3, and you were literally skipping over 3. But if you look, do you see where this is? I just look for the one that's right above it, and that's the exact one that you want to play in. So you're just gonna go into that one as a single crochet. So it's the 4th one away, but you can visually see that. Now these ones are, there's 7 single crochets that make up one of these complete shells. So the next stitch that I'm looking for is the 8th one away, and you can visually see that it's just straight down. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and see the 8th is straight down. And so if you can do that, it just makes it so much faster. So you can just chain 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then jump over. You can either count to the 8th one or just look, and then single crochet, and now you are going to chain 7 again. So because you're going up over top of complete shells, it's all 7s all the way across. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then jump to the 8th one or just look for it and going in. So eventually you'll hit the other side. This is a portion like it was in the very beginning, so you're only gonna chain 3. So 1, 2, 3, and then you're skipping to the 4th one, which is the last one, and single crocheting. So as we begin then row number 6, we have to go back because the carrying yarn is on the other side. So we're gonna go back, and now here's the easy one. So this is always gonna be easy no matter which type of row it is. So you're gonna chain up 1 and you're gonna single crochet, and you're gonna single crochet the same count that is in here. So you know that you chain 3, so there'll be 3 single crochets in that gap. So 1, 2, 3, and then go into the next single crochet. So how many did you chain? If you said 7, that's right. So you're gonna do 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, this is 5, 6, and 7. And you're noticing a big huge gap that you never see in the sample because we're gonna deal with that later. And then you're going to single crochet in the next single crochet, and the next gapping space has 7, and you'll do that all the way across. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then eventually you come back to the other side, so you're just gonna go in the single crochet, and because it's a portion it's only 3. So 1, 2, 3, and then single crochet in the final. When you finish this final though, you don't want to finish the stitch completely. You want to drop that, and now you're gonna bring back your other color into play, and you're just going to just carry it up on the side and finish that stitch with the new color, and therefore you're carrying the color up on the side. So let's go back to the diagram. We're gonna now go to row number 7. So in row number 7 we're going to just chain up 1 and single crochet in the first one, and then we're doing exactly what we did over here, but the difference is that we're not starting with the half. We're starting with the single crochet, chain 1, skip to the 4th one, and put in this shell work. So it's the double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1. This is called an extended single crochet, and what we're going to do is when we crochet that, we're gonna go all the way around this particular piece that we just did. So rounds number 5 and 6, go all the way and wrap around and go into the top piece here, which I'll show you very easily how it's done, and then you just carry on. So you just chain up 1, skip to the 4th, another shell, chain 1, and then another extended single crochet down. Let's try number 7. Let's try your luck. Let's begin row number 7. Chain up 1 and single crochet in the first one. If you're worried about this carrying up, you can fast forward in the video and I'll show you how that's getting hidden underneath. So we're going to chain up one and we're going to skip to the fourth one. So the fourth one is directly over where it's attached that you see down here. So that's gonna be your single, that's gonna be the middle of your next shell. So you're gonna double crochet, chain one, double crochet, chain one, and double crochet, and finish it off with a chain one. So technically you would actually, in the fourth stitch away, you would have done a single crochet, but this is really loose, right? So what we want to do in the middle one, so just follow this one up, straight up, that is where we want to go. So we're gonna do an extended single crochet. So how we do that is that we just immediately go right into that stitch. So just go right into it and wrap this strand. So grab the strand so that this is wrapped completely in it, and pull up and just give it a bit of slack and turn this so that this stays up. Okay, so just turn that and then just single crochet. So it's wrapping completely around. So let's move on to the next one. So you're gonna chain up one, you're gonna come to the middle one here, which is the fourth one away, and you're going to double crochet, chain one, double crochet, chain one, finish it off with the chain one, and now you're going to do an extended single crochet. So come down here, it's the middle one, okay, you can count it, it's the fourth one, but you can look up, see, and then just go right in, give it a bit of slack, and trap that chain section in, and just give it a little bit of slack and pull through. I'm usually not that slow when I do it. You get used to it. So just make sure it's turned up in the right position and then start the next one. Eventually you'll come to the very end. So chaining up one, we're gonna do the very end now because that's where I am in the sample. So double crochet, chain one, double crochet, chain one, and you're gonna finish it off with the chain one and single crochet in the final, so you don't drop down for that. So remember how we went across and we did single crochets then across when we did these? It's the same thing. So this row you don't need to worry about too much whenever you're doing the second one. So chaining up one and doing one single crochet in each of the chain one spaces and single crochets and doubles that you have. So that's a double, there's a single, sorry, there's a double, there's a chain space, there's a double, chain space, and you're just all filling them all in with some with stitches, right? So just with single crochets. Even the extended single crochet, you're still gonna treat that like a regular stitch because it is, and just keep on moving across. So this is row number 8, and you can see every time you have to go across filling in the space, it doesn't really matter which row you're on, because when you're doing this particular type on top of a shell work, because it's all just one single crochet in each one of the spaces or the stitches. Please do this all the way then for row number 8, and you'll come all the way to the very end, and I'm gonna be there in just a second. So in the very end of row number 8, coming into the last space here and then the last stitch, I want to finish the stitch dropping this, bringing back my gray into play, just carry it up, and now turn my work, get the orange out of the way, and then get my gray ready, and we're gonna start row number 9. So back to row number 9 that we go, and here we're going to chain one and we're gonna single crochet, and then we start immediately chaining 7. Because we're now going right up over top of a full shell, we chain 7 and then come back in. So I'm going to just show you where this is. It's really quite easy to be able to see where that is. Chain 7 and then single crochet, and so we're essentially getting that done. So row number 9, there's really no half shells to worry about, so it's all just chain 7s and single crochets. Let's begin row number 9. Chain up one single crochet in the first one, and then chain 7. So you're going right up over top of the shell. You were looking for the stitch that is right up over top of this extended single crochet. So it's the 8th one away. So let's verify that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. See? Just follow it up. You can see it. So now you can just chain 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then just come into the 8th one away, just follow it across and single crochet. So chain 7, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and then follow it across. Here's the next extended, and then continue that all the way to the end, and eventually you hit there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, and then coming into the last one. So that was row number 9. So turning your work for row number 10, it's exactly what you already know. So just chain up 1 and put 1 single crochet in each of the single crochets. There's all 7s here, so basically you're filling them in with 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, and then in the next single crochet just single crochet. Now you'll notice that it kinda, like I had extra, it'll balance out, it will move around, so you don't need to worry about that too much. So the next 7, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, and then in the next single crochet, and eventually you come back to the last one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, and then you'll come into the very last one, but make sure that you change the yarn in the final pull through. Back to your other color, and then we're gonna get ready then for row number 11. So we're now gonna start then row number 11. Row number 11 is the same thing as what you have for 3. The only difference is that the single crochet is an extension down. Here it was not, because we were just getting started, because we had nothing really to grab onto below this. So we're just going to do exactly what we already know, but make sure that we do our extended single crochets wrapping around this stitch work and then continuing along. Let's do row number 11. So row number 11, you're going to chain 4. So 1, 2, 3, that's your first double crochet. The 4th is your chain 1 space, and you're going to double crochet in the same spot. So you already know how to do this one technically. So chain up 1, and because this is now going to the 4th stitch, you're going to do an extended single crochet into the top of this piece here. So just going right in, and then encase that, wrap that around, give it a bit of slack, and then finish it. Okay, so chain 1, and now we're doing a full shell, so let's do that. So double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, finish it with a chain 1, and now you're going to do an extended single crochet. So you just look to the middle one here, noticing that I'm not counting here. I'm looking to the middle one here because it'll balance itself out. It'll move around on you, which is what you're wanting it to happen. So as soon as the project starts stretching, it'll find its middle on its own. So chain up 1 and then do the next full shell. Now eventually you're gonna come to the other side of the project, which I'm about to get there soon. So just chain up 1, and I'm doing an extension, extended single crochet, chain 1, and you finish this row off then with a half shell. So double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. So row number 12 is the final row of the repeat. So you just turn your work, and it's 1 single crochet in each of the stitches and spaces. So just chain up 1 single crochet in each, going all the way back across, and then you essentially just look back to the pattern and go for row number 5. So if you were technically to finish this particular shawl or wrap, you could technically finish on this one, number 12. I had it stopping earlier because I ran out of yarn earlier than I wanted to, and I did not want to break open a full ball. So if you want to do your repeats encompassing around rows number 5 through 12, that's where you can go. The border really doesn't matter which row you want to finish on. The only difference that I would recommend to you is do not finish off on one of these chain rows, because then you'll have chains that are not attached to each other. So you want to make sure that your last rows have this extended single crochet in, so that it pulls everything together. And hopefully that makes some sense. So what I want you to do is that I want you to keep repeating the pattern for what you already know, work your way up, and then complete your border. What we're going to do next, and that's basically it. So this would be how you would do the stitch work, and you just simply carry your work up, and it looks pretty awesome each and every time. So this is how you would do the drop pulse stitch wrap. Let's carry on and let's continue. So now I come to the part where I've now run out of this color here, and I'm only gonna go one way across. I'm not gonna come back, so it's not like doubling coming back. So what I want to do is that I ended my yarn on the other side here, and now I'm going to go in a complete perimeter of single crochets all the way around this thing. On the side that I have the yarn carried up, I'm gonna cover that. We're gonna bury that in as we go using the same color. So let's start up this color. I haven't fastened off. I'm just going to immediately come into the top and then just pull through and then get that ready to go. So on the corners what we want to do is that we're going to chain up one, and we're going to apply 3 single crochets in every one of the corners. So there's 4 corners as it's a rectangle, and then just progress across what you have. So this is a chain 1 space, so you're gonna go into that space and etc., like you have been doing all along. So you're just gonna single crochet this direction all the way across in every stitch and chain 1 space. So I'll meet you at the first corner that we're going to turn, and then we're just gonna go down the side of the project to make sure you understand, and then eventually you'll be on the underside and then coming back through this side. So I'm making my way across the first side, and I'm about to hit the corner, which is gonna make me turn and then go down the side. So the side, there is no stitch work there. We have to make do, and we have to push it in and get it in there nicely. So on the very last stitch you're going to place in 3 single crochets. So that will get you to turn. So 1, 2 and 3. Now working your way down the side, you're gonna do the same for the other side as well. You just want to equally space your single crochets. So you want to just go in where you can. Try not to go into a big gap space. Always just try to go into some chain work in order to make that happen, and just equally kind of space it. Now if you start seeing it ruffle, that means that you are probably adding too many too quickly, and if you see it that it's buckling, that it's starting to pull in, that means that you are stretching too far and you need to put in more. So you just gotta equally space your single crochets going down, and then you're gonna work across the bottom. So make sure you turn it and chain 3 when you turn, and then come up the other side. So the other side is where we've been carrying the color. So I want to show you how to do that and bury those in so that you don't have to worry about those at the end either. So I will see you over there in just a moment. So I'm coming along the very bottom, and it's the end of the bottom. This is where we started before, like in the very first when we started this project, and I'm coming to the very last stitch next. So to do the last stitch, again 3 single crochets into the same one, and then I'm going to come up my final side. So this side has the coloring that was carried over, you can see. So you're just going to just do how you did the other side. You're just gonna equally space, but when you go to do this, you want to bury in the yarn strands that are carrying. You see that right underneath it. So not behind or in front, right underneath. So just going so that you're covering over top of those strands so that you can barely see them. You may see them a little bit, but it's not enough to be a deal breaker. Okay, so continue this side up until where we started, and just continuing to bury in those carrying yarn strands as you go. So I'm coming back to where I had started in the very beginning. So you already have your 3 single crochets in the final. So now what we're going to do is you're gonna do one last round. So you're just gonna attach with the slip stitch and then begin the next round. So the next round is nice and simple. You just chain up one single crochet in the same one, chain 1 and a single crochet in the exact same one, skip 1 and do the same thing in the next. So just single crochet, chain 1, single crochet. Okay, so this is just giving the edge, instead of a flat look, just more of a textured look. So skip the next one and the next one after that, single crochet, chain 1, single crochet. So because you've already gone around, everything already has a stitch, and just continue. You don't do anything special on the corners, just follow it around. So skip 1, single crochet, chain 1, single crochet, skip 1, single crochet, chain 1, skip 1. Sorry, single crochet in the next. Please do that all the way around for the final round. Now eventually you're gonna come all the way back around, and you're just going to slip stitch to the first single crochet that you started with. So you're just gonna wrap the hook and pull through and through, and now your wrap is completely done. So what we're going to do is that I'm gonna show you how quickly just to put that in. So just pull the final string through, the final yarn strand through. I'm just actually on a Stitch Social right now on Instagram, and I said I'm not allowed to use the word string, so now it's in my head. So we're gonna take the string or the yarn, and you are going to then just slide it through the stitch work and you're just gonna go underneath the stitch work, so don't impede the outside edge, and you're gonna drag it through 3 times. So 1 you could be like Lily Tomlin. 1 ringy dingy, come back in the other direction, 2 ringy dingies and come back in the other direction a 3rd time for 3 ringy dingies. So there you go. So what we're going to do then is just trim your yarn. So any yarn tails that you have, just go in and out 3 times and you're good to go. So that concludes my wrap today, and I hope that you've enjoyed, and until next time, it's Mikey on behalf of the Crochet Crowd, and we hope to see you again real soon. Bye bye.